There are various standard BOM reports including lines, where used, and calculation. To run each report as a batch job and to locate the BOM reports, you'll open Inventory Management, Reports, and then Bill of Materials. Let's go take a look at the reports in AX. I'm here in the Inventory Management and we'll start with the Lines report. We'll go to Reports, Bill of Materials, and then Lines. You can use the Lines report to generate information either about the BOM lines or the BOM versions that consist of BOM items. The Lines report takes into consideration all items. For each BOM item, all active BOM versions are printed. Here you can select the option for what you would like to display on the report. You can select BOM lines, versions, or formulas. I'll select BOM lines for this example. Next, in the display principle, you'll want to select an option. You can select active, selected/active, selected, or all. If you choose the active option, only active BOM versions will be printed. If you choose selected/active, the selected BOM versions and active BOM versions will be displayed. If you choose just the selected option, only the selected BOMs will be printed. And if you choose the all option, all BOMs for the selected items will be printed. I'm going to choose active for my example. You can also specify the maximum number of levels to print on the report. This is useful, for example, if you have a really large bill of material with many different levels. For example, if you were making airplanes, your bill of material might have upwards of 50 levels. So if you just want to print the first 10 levels, you can enter 10 into this field and AX will print the BOM levels from level 1 down through level 10. You can also specify to search a date range by marking the Search Interval Only checkbox. You can also choose to search interval with lines only, which means that if you mark this checkbox, AX will only search for lines that have a date in between the date range specified. If you only mark this checkbox for search interval only, it's looking for the dates on the header of the BOM. You can also decide which inventory dimensions you want to display on the report. When you run this report, you'll typically want to use the Select button to filter down to a subset of items. So for my example, I'm just going to print one bill of material for one specific item. I'll choose the speaker set and then click OK. This report is going to print to my screen, so I'll click OK to confirm. If you wanted to run it in batch mode, you'll use the Batch tab and select the Batch Processing checkbox, and then use the Recurrence and Alert buttons to configure the batch. I'll click OK and run this report. Here you can see a sample of this particular bill of material. At the top, you can see the item number, the product name, and the item group. The next line shows you the bill of material information for the particular bill of material version. Then you can see the components. This particular BOM consists of two components, D003 and D004. D003 is also a BOM, so here you can see the details of the sub-BOM with all of its components, M1, 2, 3, 4, and 7. On the right-hand side, you can see the quantity and operation information and the line types. You'll notice that this particular item is for a standard configuration and this is for a high-end configuration. If you continue to scroll through the report, you'll be able to see the additional details. If there was many different levels to the bill of material, each time a bill of material exists for one of the components, the sub-BOM will be displayed directly underneath it. When you get to the bottom of the report, you'll be able to see some basic totals information. When you're done with the report, you can click Close. Next, let's talk a little bit about the Where Used. You can see the Where Used report is found right underneath the Lines report. The Where Used report helps you locate which bill of material components are used. For example, If a BOM component is defective and needs to be changed, you can find all of the bill of materials where that BOM component is used. When you run this report, you can select the Show option just like on the last report for lines. You can also select the Display principle. If you use the Select button in the item number field, you can select any item number. This could be a finished good item or a component item. I'll select item D003 for this example, which is the standard speaker, and then click OK. When I'm ready to run the report, I'll click OK. Here you can see a list of all the places where this particular item number is being used. You can see it's used in the following BOMs. If you use the hyperlink on this report, you'll be able to open up the BOM directly. You'll also notice the other information such as quantity, the item group formula, and line type. If there are configurations, those are visible as well. Next, I'll show you how we can do a Where Used inquiry directly from the Released Products form. So I'll open up the Product Information Management module and select the Released Products form. I'll use the same item number that we just ran the report for this example. So I'll select item D003 from the list. Then, on the Engineer tab in the Action pane, you'll notice that I can click the Where Used button. This will open up a new screen where I can see the details of each BOM, and on the lower portion of the form, the item that particular BOM is linked to. In some cases, the BOM may not be linked to an item or may be linked to multiple items. You'll notice that you can also use the Product Change Case feature from the Where Used form. You can also access the Where Used information directly from the lines of a BOM. I'll select another item that has a bill of material. For this example, I'll use item 1400 and then open up the BOM lines form. Here you can select any item. I'll select item D003 for example, and then click the Where Used button. This opens up the same screen where you can view the details. You'll also notice on the lower portion of the form that I can continue to drill down into the Where Used. So if I'm curious where item T0012 is used, I can click Where Used. You can see that this particular item isn't used anywhere else. So making a change to that item won't affect any other products in the system. The last report I want to talk about is the calculation report. We'll close these windows down and go back to the Inventory Management module. The calculation report is found underneath Reports, Bill of Materials, and then Calculation. You'll also notice a formula calculation, which is used for formulas. The regular calculation report is used for bill of materials. When you run the calculation report, you can select the inventory dimensions that you want to view on the report output. You'll want to use the Select button to choose which calculation or which item number you want to run the report for. If you were to run this report wide open, it may take a long time to run and may produce a very large amount of output because every time you run a calculation, that calculation is saved in the system. I'll choose the speaker set that we've been working with, and optionally, you can use the drop-down box to filter for a specific calculation. It's important that if you're filtering for both a calculation and an item number, that you'll want to filter and only show calculations that are relevant to the item that you're running the report for. So here you can see that there are many different calculations for this item. I'll go ahead and choose this one particular calculation, 1805, and then click OK. Next, I'll click OK to print the report to my screen. The calculation report for the BOM shows the results of the previous BOM calculations and cost prices and sales prices. Here you can see the details. When you're done with the report, you can close it. It's also important to note that you can print the calculation report from the Bill of Materials form or from the Product Information Management form on the released product by opening up the bill of material. I'll do that now. I'll select a bill of material. I'll choose a different item for this example. Then go to the Engineer tab in the Action pane. You'll want to click on the Lines button to open up the lines of the BOM. Here you can view various information and you can print the details by using one of the buttons. If you run another calculation by clicking the Calculation button, this will open the item price form. On the lines of the BOM, you can copy, sort, and check the BOM. What I'm going to do is open up the item price form, which is found under the Manage Costs tab, and then Item Price. Here you'll notice the Print button in the center of the screen. You can print an active price or a pending price if one has been calculated. I'll go ahead and print one for this particular item and then click OK. Here you can see the details of that particular calculation exploded out for each of the items and components that are selected in that particular BOM. You'll notice that the cost groups are included as well, so you can see the breakdown of costs by each cost group. In our next lesson, let's talk a little bit more about BOM functionality.